Hey Yithian, how's it going? Good morning to you. I'm good. I am very warm. The past couple days here have been extremely warm for Dutch standards. Like 30 degrees, which is like really warm summer weather. And the shitty thing about it keeping up for a couple of days is that the rooms don't really cool down during the night anymore, so the rooms just keep getting hotter during the day. How's the weather like where you guys are? Or is it do you have AC anyway? We don't have AC, we just have fans. Which you might be hearing in the background, by the way. I'm not sure. I haven't done a sound test, to be honest. Oh no! Humidity, like warm humidity sucks. It's like way worse than dry humidity. Dry warmth. Hey, Adam. Nice of you to drop by. How's it going? Is the UK also too hot to handle? I was just saying, like, I'm honestly, like, usually it's really hot here, like 30 degrees for like a full week, I think it's gonna be, because it's not really letting up. It's been that way since I think Friday or Saturday, and it's going on until like next week Wednesday. So it's not really letting up, so it's kind of annoying because like the whole house heats up and it doesn't really cool down. Yeah, exactly, because if you're working on like a screen, then it gets it gets hot too, right? Like the screen gets hot. I think more and more people here in Holland will be getting AC. Like it used to be like rare to have AC, but I think more and more people will, just because the heat has been insane the past couple of years. Oh, yeah, that's man, that's a worry too, isn't it? My husband, he went karting this weekend, and they also noticed that like the engine of their kart, just like what was it again? Their engine just ran a lot hotter just because of the weather, so it made a big difference in like how it ran or something. I don't know. I'm not versed enough in these. Why am I talking about this? I know nothing about this. But anyway, I remember them saying it made a big difference. But yeah, I honestly like. Usually, I'm okay in this type of weather. Like even when it was 25 degrees in my studio, I was still sitting with like kind of like long sleeves, just because I'm not really bothered by hot weather. But if it keeps going on for a couple days, then that does get more difficult, just because because the heat doesn't like go away anymore. Yeah, I'm just glad, like, we just got our AC fixed in like our own car, so I'm really glad that we got to do that just on time. Because geez Louise, I would not want to get in the car right now without AC. My husband, he was like reminiscing, like this, we would like have this weather and then go to the beach in a car without AC, you know, standing in traffic. Like going over the tarmac at a snail's pace. Please. Anyway, so I am basically feeling the same way you are, Adam. I'm kind of like, I just kind of like want to sit outside, or, well, actually not outside because it's too warm, but I want to do anything but sit behind my computer and get even warmer. But oh well. Have you though? Have you managed to like force yourself to actually sit down and work? Yeah, we have a friend, Adam, and over there, and he was like, you picked the perfect time to come to Japan, because we were just there before like the summer heat, and like the summer humidity and stuff. So we, he was like, you're wearing coats now. You'd be glad about that right now. Because it's, and at the end of the trip, I finally understood, like, because a lot of people like walk around with umbrellas, even against the sun and stuff, and I was like, why? You know, just like wear a hat or wear like a raincoat if it rains or whatever. And then the last couple days we were in Osaka and it was pretty warm, but it was also raining, and then I understood, because it was so icky to like put on an extra jacket when it was already so warm, with like the rain and stuff. Like it was already warm, and then against the rain we had to like put on another jacket that was like not that breathable. I was like, oh, now I get why people want umbrellas here. But yeah, we were super lucky with the weather. I think we had a couple days like when we were at Mount Fuji, where the weather kind of sucked, and that made like the place kind of suck, just because, you know, there's like not much to do indoors, kind of. So you kind of like need the nice weather to be able to actually enjoy the place. But on the last day, because we didn't even get to like see the actual mountain until like the last day. But then we did, and it was glorious. So that was like super lucky. But yeah, overall, I think we've been really lucky with the weather. Oops. And yeah, like about like working through the heat, I just kind of like buckle up and do the thing, because I'm so bad at like working at night or something. I really need to just work. Why is this not working? Oh, okay. Weird. I really need to just work during office hours, because at night I want to, do different things, and if I work too late, then I can't sleep. So if I work like any time past 7 p.m. or something, then I'll be up until 2 a.m. and I like to sleep by 12 p.m. What is it? Midnight? Is that p.m. or 8 a.m.? I don't know. I never know. Anyway. Right, so I like to sleep by 12 a.m. Because otherwise, like, I'm not like much of a night owl or a night owl or a morning person. Yeah, there's no animal for that, right? No. I'm just a daytime person, so early bird, that's the one. Yeah, so I just need to like get my shit done during regular hours, otherwise I never will. That was always funny. Like I have like two friends that I went on vacation with a couple times when I was like 18 to 25 or something. And one was an early bird. Like she got up at like, I don't know, 6, whistling, being like, people, it's a new day, let's go. And then there was one who didn't want to wake up before like 10 or something, and then there was me waking up around like 8:30, 9ish. So we were all definitely not in sync with each other, so that was fun. And then at the end of the day, the night owl would be up like, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. And then both the early bird and I would be like, oh, let's just go home and sleep. Yeah, bathroom was always open. No getting in each other's way during showering. Well, I mean, we were good friends anyway, so it was never really an issue. With the three of us, like, when you're like in a big group, somehow everything like takes exponentially longer. Three was a good number for vacations. It's just like you didn't get bogged down by like the whole group like a whole group needing to get this done or that done or whatever. Oh man, yeah, that's I can't imagine. Like, it's so weird. Like, I always wonder, like, why? How does this work? What is actually causing this to happen? But I guess with a kid, it's like, at the last moment, they're like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, or oh, I need to go get this. Or they just don't want to put on their shoes or whatever. If we ever have kids, it's going to be a big adjustment. Jeez. Though my husband is already used to waiting for me, I guess. I'm always the one thinking of, oh crap, we need to take this at the last minute. just decide not to do whatever the plan is. And you can't force them. At least a baby, you can kind of like just pick up and then say, okay, we're going now. Like baby, like 3-month-old. I'm really impressed with my sister-in-law in that regard, because she is so patient with her kid, who's like 2 years old now. Yeah, 2 and a bit. His dad too, by the way, like her partner. They're both so patient with him. I'm in awe. So have you guys had any issue? I don't want to use the word issues like as in like, oh, I hate this, but more like, have you noticed the blackout on Reddit going on with lots of subs going private? Why are my shortcuts not working? Wait, It's a few days, but I can't imagine that, like, oh, this is why. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because like my Wacom Clip Studio settings are gone. Are they? No. Oh, yes, they are. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, okay, so, like, I have a Dell Canvas instead of, like, instead of a Wacom Cintiq, which has been amazing so far, but I upgraded to Windows 11. And now, the compatibility sucks because Dell decided to discontinue the Canvas. And so I'm kind of like stuck with outdated software. So I've been like struggling because I can't roll back to Windows 10 anymore because it's too late. Like I only figured this out after like 10 days or after a month or something, and then after 10 days it like cancels you're not able to roll back to Windows 10 anymore without like reinstalling the whole freaking thing. Anyway, so I'm kind of like struggling with all my shortcuts right now because my like the barrel buttons on my pen don't work anymore as well. And I use those a lot, so it kind of sucks. Anyway, so yeah, about the Reddit thing. I agree. Like, holy crap! I think so. The fantasy artist sub is now on private too, and it should be a couple days, but I'm not sure. I think people were already saying like, okay, we'll extend this as long as we need to. Oh no, you missed the whole story. I'll read it later. Hold on, let me finish the Reddit thing. But yeah, I'm wondering like if it'll go on because it's a pretty serious issue. Like if Reddit, what's the thing, like RES or something, and then Apollo will go away, and those are like big apps that people use to like actually customize their Reddit experience. So I think it's pretty important to actually I'm doing three things at once. It's important to like take a stand because it's going to have like a really big impact if all those apps have to stop. Yeah, I know. I'm just like really hoping something will come of it. Eraser. All right. Let me just set my eraser on my pen, and then I'm good for now. And then I'll do the rest later. Okay. Pen, yes. Razor, yes. Okay, good. Well, I mean, nice, like, I'm kind of wondering what the Reddit experience will be like if all those apps are stopping. Like, I personally think they might lose, like, a lot of users. So I'm not really getting how this is like how people thought this was a good move. It's not really it's not only the end users, it's also like a lot of apps stopping, needing time to readjust their finances at the very least. But then also a lot of people not wanting to like pay those high prices probably. So I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, how the heck would that work? But yeah, but to like reiterate the Dell Canvas thing real quick, like I have a Dell Canvas. It's not compatible with Windows 11. I can't roll back to Windows 10 anymore, and it's messing up all my shortcuts. And I've looked at like getting a new Cintiq, but holy moly, those things are expensive. So if my Canvas breaks down or becomes unusable, then I honestly am not really sure what I'm gonna do. Because I do use touch like a lot. Like all day, every day, basically. But there's barely any tablets out there that actually have touch functionality. Yeah, secondhand Cintiq, I could do that. I'm just really worried about like, because it's such an essential piece of hardware for me. That I'm kind of worried about. Like, I wanna have like a warranty on this on like my work stuff. Just in case like something breaks, I know I'll be able to, ahead of its time, I guess. I'll be able to like get it replaced. I don't really want to spend like I don't know what it's gonna be, but at least like 1,500 euros or something for like a Cintiq, and then have it break like the next day, and then not have anything to show for it. Yeah, and iPads aren't really a replacement. Like I have one, but I wouldn't be able to work on it because it doesn't like have the screen real estate. First of all, because this is like the thing that I'm working on right now is like a 27-inch. Is it? Yes, it's a 27-inch screen, and I have like a 10-inch or like the 11-inch iPad. So yeah, ironically, like everybody's being or everything's been pushing me towards back towards like oils and pen and paper and shit. Yeah. So basically, I'm really hoping that the software kind of like holds up on this thing for a while. And then after that, I guess we'll see. Otherwise, it's probably back to like a tablet for me with like the non-screen things. But that would suck. Like when I went from just like an Intuos to the Cintiq, I was so amazed and so happy. I wouldn't really want to go back to the Intuos experience, to be honest. Well, I mean, I could go back to Windows 10, but I'd have to do like a full reinstall, which would take a couple days at least to like get everything, just like up and running the way I have it now, or the way I had it before, I guess. And I don't have that time to spend, honestly. Like, I'm getting back into it, and I keep being surprised at how much time I'm already like not spending drawing, just because I have like emails to answer, social media to keep up with, just like conversations to have with colleagues, like taxes to do, and somehow like whole days can go by and I feel like I'm still running behind and I haven't really drawn anything. What a now I lost the word. Accurate typo? What a appropriate typo. That's the one. Hey, Rick. Time of the honestly, I don't know. I've been feeling like my New Year's resolution was to spend like at least half of my time drawing, and so far, it's not really working out. I'm not even sure how to like make the other stuff less. I really don't know how to like make my day more efficient in that regard. Except for like ignoring stuff, but then, stuff's not gonna get done. And I can't really ignore emails or, like fulfilling a Kickstarter. Just stuff, like tends to crop up when you don't expect it, Like I was trying to fulfill the Kickstarter, and I was like, oh, I'll just send out the keys through email. It's gonna be so easy. I can just click on a group and then they'll get the keys. And it was like, nope, we need to verify your email address. So I had to like wait an extra couple of days and actually like, collect the data, send them an email, go like, hey guys, I would like my email verified. So that was already harder than I had anticipated it to be. Clones, yes. I would love to clone myself. Actually, I would love to hire people just to like get stuff done for me. I just can't afford it. I would love to like hire a flatter or have someone like, I don't know, do the standard email things for me or whatever. Maybe in the future, so I can just spend more time drawing. Because people were already asking me like, hey, will there be more D&D art packs? And I was like, yes, just let me find the time to make them. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, like, I think I've said it like a million times before, but D&D art packs or like the D&D dress up is like the one project where people have really been like coming out of the woodwork, being like, "Whoa, this is awesome," or like, "When's the next thing coming out?" or "Can I support you?" or just like people out of the blue, like making stuff for it, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been amazing in that sense. It doesn't have a quick. Honestly, I mean, it's not. So making a D&D art pack, disregarding any like all the marketing for the Kickstarter and like setting up the whole social campaign and setting up the Kickstarter in the first place and stuff. But just making the pack takes me about the same time as making one full color illustration, like the ones I did for Netherrealms before I like actually started the comic. So it's not an insane amount of time. And if I had someone who would handle like all the marketing and all the Kickstarter and all the logistics for me, I could probably make one every month. Like I could slam out a pack like once a month if it were like the only thing I did, probably once every 2 weeks or something. But with all the other things going on, I can't manage that. But it's not an insane amount of work, which is like the reason I'm doing it in the first place, just because it seemed like a viable thing. And like, I don't know, I still remember talking, like saying to my husband, like, I think I should do this. I think it's a really cool idea. And him being like, okay, who's gonna like pay you for this? I'm like, I don't know, I'll just try. And lo and behold, people actually appreciated it. But yeah, I do have like some ideas for the next pack, which is gonna be like the male human fighter. And I'm gonna like put them on Kickstarter, like update people once I start working on that. But I want to get like the commissions done first that are still open from the Kickstarter. And obviously I have like Netherrealms to work on in the meantime. I'm just like, I know I drew this, but I'm just like imagining this tiny of a dog in your hands all of a sudden. Sometimes it like suddenly hits me what I actually drew. Okay, my computer's telling me to take a break, so I will take a break. I will run an ad to get rid of the pre-rolls for half an hour, 20 minutes, and then I will be back in a couple minutes. Wait, so what's an 8-seat Defender in the first place? It sounds like... Oh, it's a car, right? Isn't it a car? I was gonna say, like, it sounds like something military thing related. Jeep Defender? Jeep Defender sounds right. Dodge Defender? People are actually complaining about, like, too many SUVs. Like, SUVs becoming too popular in Holland. They want more people to have, to stick with, like, sedans and hatchbacks. Because, like, a lot of people are yeah, but, like, being higher, seeing further, like, it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy where, like, if everybody's in a hatchback, then, you know, it's not like, if everybody starts driving SUVs, then you need to be driving an SUV yourself, because otherwise you're really not safe, you know. Especially, God, there have been more, like, these Dodge Rams cropping up here and there. And honestly, like, barely anybody has any business driving around in a Dodge Ram here in Holland. Just because it's not the States. Like, there are no sheep farmers that have, like, acres and acres of land to traverse with, you know, to fix fences or whatever. It just doesn't happen here. So it honestly, like, it makes barely any sense to have one. In my opinion. Exactly. Like, I drive like a Suzuki Alto, which is like a tiny, tiny car. And standing or driving next to, like, a Dodge Ram, those are humongous, humongous things. And it does not make me feel safe. But I don't want to, like, start driving a Ram myself, because my mileage right now is like 20 kilometers for 1 liter. And I'm guessing for a Dodge Ram that's, like, easily double, if not, like, I know, it is almost a go-kart, but, you know, it's like, it's my first car. And I've had it for, like, 9 years. I've had it 9 years. But it runs like, I just had to get the airco fixed. That's all that I've ever had to do to it, you know, in terms of, like, maintenance. And apart from maintenance, I mean. It's such a dependable, lovely little car. And yeah, it's basic, but, you know, it's Holland. Like, we drive for, I don't know, half an hour tops. And if we drive, like, an hour or 2 hours, then it's like a weekend trip or something, but that's, like, super rare. So, and we don't have kids, so we don't need to put anything else except for, like, 2 adults into the car most of the time. So So yeah, I'm really happy with it. But driving next to a Dodge Ram is scary. But like I said, I mean, it drives, so it drives like one in 20, and for a Dodge Ram, it's probably like, I don't know, if I'd had to guess, like 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 7 or something. I mean, like in the States, I get it. I'm not really, like, I'm not trying to, like, bust anyone's ass for driving an SUV in the States. It's more like, though, you know, obviously everybody could do with like better mileage and that kind of stuff. But, like, you know, I've been to the States. I've seen like all the distances that you guys need to cover. So, like, I get it. It's just that here. Okay, fine. You can do it for me. I don't feel like I have a right to, because I don't live there. See? Jeez Christ. That's like less than half of what I get out of my Suzuki Alto. For the same distance, it's like twice the gas. Yeah, because it's like divided by, a gallon is like 3 liters or something, right? So it's divided by 3. No, I can't. No, I can't. I'm fooling myself if I think I can do this by heart. Anyway. Next car we get, I'd like it to be an EV anyway. Because like I said, we don't drive huge distances anyway, so I think we'd only have to charge the EV like once every 2 weeks or something, on average. Which is great. And we have solar panels, so our gas will be free. Hold on. EVs aren't compatible with Tesla's charging systems yet? You can't like charge at a Tesla charging system? Jeez Louise. How much of a like market share does Tesla have compared to like other charging systems? So I'm thinking, like, if I'm thinking about it right now. Thanks for hanging out, Yithian. See you later. No, because, well, I mean, So here in Holland, like they mostly talk about like one provider, which is like Fastnet, which is just like, hey, if you need to charge, then stop somewhere along the highway for a Fastnet, and then done. So whatever EV you have, you can just plug them in right there. I think like now that you're mentioning it, I think I can remember Tesla charging infrastructure being like exclusive or something. But I kind of like forgotten about it just because we're so used to the charging infrastructure being like accessible to all EVs. But then again, like a lot of people say that Holland has one of the best charging infrastructures in Europe. So I guess we're spoiled yet again. So I think like EVs are becoming more popular in the States, right? Or is it only Teslas? Interesting. Like I'm actually seeing I mean we see a lot of Teslas just because you like recognize them, right, as being electric. Some other brands are like more difficult to recognize just because like so we have like a Kona, like a Hyundai Kona, but it's like an EV or it's a hybrid or it's gas. And I guess it's like a lot harder to like distinguish those three just because they look the same. So I wonder like how many EVs that you're seeing that you have like no idea that it's an EV just because they look like a normal car. But yeah, I'd love to. I haven't driven one. Have I ever sat in one? Yes. Well, we've driven like electric in the sense that we tried out like the full electric mode of like a, what was it? A Toyota. I don't know, something hybrid. Not a plug-in hybrid, just a hybrid. But it had like an electric mode. That when you're like driving below 30 kilometers an hour. No, it wasn't a Prius. I don't know. It was like CRX or something. CRH. Anyway, it's a fun car. But if you're like driving slow enough, then you can go like full electric. So that's the. So we drove through the city going like all electric. Like whoa, we're not using any gas right now. That was a pretty nice experience. But I'd love to do like highway or something. In a car like that. One day we'll just test drive. Like I've already picked out like which which brands I'd want to test drive if we ever get to like buy an EV. But I am a bit of a nerd that way. I'm not really a car nerd, but this kind of stuff like the sustainability stuff I can get pretty nerdy over. Aw, what a bad jinx. The altar will last forever. Honestly, though, I mean, I do really think it could last a very long time. Because it's like a Japanese brand, right? And I've seen like how meticulous the Japanese culture is. So I can definitely believe it when they say like Suzuki's are built so well that they last a long time. Though, so we were in Bali a couple years ago, and all the tour guides there, they had their own car, and it was usually either a Suzuki or a Toyota. But the guy who drove us around, he was like, no, if you go like bigger, then you should definitely get a Toyota, just because they're like a lot better at like building bigger, and Suzuki is really good at like building the small cars. But once you get to the SUVs, they break a lot quicker, apparently. That's what they told us anyway. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, let's see. I mean, the car is already not old. At least it doesn't feel old to me. But it is. You know, if I just like saw it, if somebody told me like my car is like 9 years old, I would be like, oof. Okay. Wonder how it's still holding up, because it has like 144 kilometers. 144,000 kilometers, I should say, on there. I don't know how many miles that is. Like 50,000? Oh, it's only 90,000. Is it times 2? No, not even. Times 1.7. Is 1.7 kilometers 1 mile? I thought it was divided by 3. Or is that... No, that's inches. That's feet. That's feet to meters. Gosh, here we go again. Never mind. Let's stop this before we go down this road again. But yeah, it feels like it's still, you know, to me, it still feels like a newish car. Like, not like brand spanking new, but like pretty new. No. Rust is definitely, at least no. I haven't noticed it, and I haven't like with any maintenance that I got to do. Like nobody has ever told me about rust, and I haven't noticed it myself on the car at all. And it's been like outside for all the years that I've had it. No, like I said, it's been like a super dependable car all the way through. I guess I don't hear that much about rust like in the first place. Though we do, we are by the sea. Ish. I'm not sure how silty our air is anyway. We do have like a pretty moderate climate most of the time. Not sure how much of a difference that makes. Anyone here in the chat, or you mean anyone here in Holland? To Svalbard? Not specifically, I think. Is this a joke that's like flying over my head? No. I think most Dutch people would prefer to stay away from polar bears. Dutch vacation countries are like Spain, Italy, France. That's like the standard. Definitely, because lots of people think Holland is cold enough. So, and Turkey, that's also a standard. But yes, also warm. But yeah, a lot of people think Holland is like cold enough, apart from these past couple of years. But usually it's like rainy and miserable here. So I wouldn't say nobody, because Scandinavian countries have become more popular the past couple of years, but they're also expensive, and the Mediterranean countries are cheaper for Dutch people, so lots of people go to those countries because their euro goes further over there. Why Svalbard particularly? Like, why not just like Norway or Denmark? wet my water. Ah. Yeah, I get that. I honestly, I have been hearing more people. It was actually in the news that like Scandinavian countries are getting more popular with Dutch people. Because a lot of people are opting for like more of a peaceful vacation with like lots of nature and that kind of stuff, and more, as you're saying, like adventuring types of activities, instead of just like drinking yourself into a coma every night and calling that a vacation. But I mean, I think that's still mostly for like you know, college educated people. Just because a lot of people just think like, hey, I want to like get away from my own life for a minute, just have some nice weather, some nice food, sleep in. And like I said, like the Scandinavian countries are expensive for a lot of Dutch people. So it's probably popular within a certain demographic. Did you just notice the Bear McGurry coming by the way? Wait, is it from? Was that one from the Airbender thing? Was it from like the movie or was it from the series? Oh, from the cartoons. Oh, I just watched it like a couple months ago. The whole thing. Can't even remember the soundtrack. Have you seen the like the new Apple headset, by the way? We're talking about like new high tech stuff. At first, I was so so skeptical, but then I watched like a review video of this guy. I was like, oh, there's actually some stuff in there. You know, I'm not buying it. Like, It's not like that interesting, but in the sense that I think there's some technology in there that if it's like integrated into future headsets or like even just like computers, that would be really interesting. Aang's theme. Okay, let me look up Aang's theme for a second. Hold on. Let me finish this sleep first. Oh! Well, if you need to go hang with your kids, then feel free. Obviously. If it's the last day of school, do you want to celebrate with them? Hey, Michael. Welcome. Don't be scared. I don't bite. It's just been a bit quiet for the past couple minutes. Or have you been lurking long? Or have you just joined the stream? What time zone are you in? Is it like a really awkward time for you? CST. That's Central American Time, right? Yeah. America. Yeah, then I can't imagine it's yeah, oh yeah, so it's 4 o'clock here now in the afternoon. So I start when it's like 7 o'clock in the morning for you. Ugh. Yeah, that's a bit early to be joining a stream. For funsies anyway. I have the opposite problem, like any stream that I'd like want to watch or like participate in is like at 10 at night or something, which is like way too late for me to still be, you know, doing like such intensive stuff of like talking to a lot of people or whatever, because then I don't sleep well. So yeah, I get it. But how's it going? Are you having a quiet morning? Nice. I love those. So are you like all caught up on the comic so far that you're saying like, oh, I finally caught a stream? Or are you still waiting for me to like upload more pages so you can binge at some point? That's the annoying thing, right? Like it takes so long to make a page and then you go through a page so quickly. Bits and pieces? You know you can read the whole thing in one go, right? Like they're there for you to read whenever you want. I have no idea what that actually like specifically implies, but okay. Suit yourself. Do you watch like a lot of streams in general? Oh yeah, I'm not here to like earn money from subs or whatever, so I haven't really been paying attention. Um, but I do know that like that it pissed a lot of people off, the changes that they made. Oh, my computer is telling me that it's time for me to take a break for a second. Hold on. Oh, they're completely banning it. Like, even if you're not, because I thought it wasn't like allowed if you were an affiliate or something, but you were allowed if you like weren't anything, not a partner, not affiliate. Hold on, let me take a break for like a couple minutes because my computer's gonna be like whining at me. But so I'll run like a really quick ad to get rid of the pre-rolls, and then I'll be back in like a couple minutes. But whoa, so even, jeez, I really feel it's weird. Like I really feel like a lot of companies are like cracking down on their users lately. Hey, Adam. We were just talking about the Twitch changes for a second. I mean, let's be real, Michael. Like, it's a pretty tough nut to crack. I haven't really figured it out myself either. Hey, everyone's back all of a sudden. You mean they should have just kept doing what they're doing? Yeah, I haven't, like I said, I was saying to Michael, right, like, I haven't really been paying that much attention to the changes just because, like, I'm on Twitch for like talking to you guys. I'm not really here. Like the only reason I wanted to become an affiliate is just because I wanted to be able to like publish a schedule, or something or other. The rest wasn't really important to me. Yeah, it's like I said, like it feels weird. Like a lot of platforms are like cracking down on their users and on their like the people that are actually like bringing in money for some reason. So I'm kind of like weirded out. Like, why is this all happening? What are we doing that makes them think we can do this right now? It's a good time. That's why I'm saying people need their own platform. That's why I have a newsletter. I'm gonna keep bringing it up. Like in that sense, I trust a platform more, like newsletter providers, where they're just like, listen, for this many, you can have it like for free, but if you're starting to use more of our infrastructure, we just like need you to pay like a fee, just so we can keep everything running. It's like what Substack is doing. Exactly. Oh my gosh, that should be like a hashtag that we start on Twitter. Holy moly. But yeah, anyway. What was I saying? I got distracted. Oh yeah. It makes more sense to me to just like start paying for a platform at one point, just because like they're using it to cover their overhead, and they don't need to. They don't need to like pull these weird shenanigans to actually like make their money. Yeah, Substack. So Substack is like a newsletter provider, and they also like they don't run ads. They just take a cut from the subs that you have, which is like I think they take like 10% off the top of my head. So like either that or just pay a subscription fee makes more sense to me than like depending on a free platform and hoping that they won't screw you over at one point. Because it does seem like most of them will, because obviously they have investors to keep happy and advertisers, and it is not in the best interest of the users if they have to keep advertisers or shareholders happy, which sucks, but yeah, I've been thinking about RSS too, but I don't want to. I've been trying to like be more selective about like where I put my time and effort in, and like you said, because it isn't popular, I don't think it's worth it for me right now to actually put in time to actually set something like that up. And Substack, yeah, they've been making changes. Like, I mean, it's just like I never really go there to like read the things because I just filter it. I filter like all the newsletters into like a separate folder in my email inbox, and then I just like get to the newsletters whenever I feel like it. So for me, I've been like mirroring Substack and my MailerLite newsletter, just because Substack is like easier for people to discover. But it's a thing set up for writers, not for artists. Like the features for the newsletter are bare bones in terms of like how you do like the graphic design of the whole thing, but that's more from like a maker point of view, and it shouldn't really it shouldn't really matter if you're like just reading the newsletters, I think. Well, there you go. I don't know. I think they're fine. Like, I think they have a lot of nice features, like the discovery feature, like being able to recommend each other and having like an affiliate network is nice. And they also put that kind of like front and center, so you can actually like recommend your friends. I think that's a really nice. Like, I really feel, unless this is like an elaborate ploy for them to finally, screw us over in the end too. But I do really feel like they're trying to, put the creators front and center and like give them the best leg up that they can. Yeah, I think discoverability is like the most important thing to use Substack over just like your own website. Yeah, exactly. The thing about Substack or like newsletters in general that like frightens me less is that if they start to suck, you can just like take your whole email list and fuck off and like go somewhere else. Whereas with like Twitter or whatever, like if you want to start over, you have to like start over. Like you lose all your followers except if you like get to, you know, channel them into some other platform that you're going to, which basically usually only works if everybody's like jumping ship. And with like platforms like Substack, it's like, oh, okay, I don't like you anymore. Okay, let me take my 10,000 subscribers and just go somewhere else. So I feel like they're for like newsletter platforms, because the emails that people give you are like yours and not bound to the platform. They have a lot more incentive to like keep the creators happy as well, because the barrier is like much less high to actually leave. But yeah, you know, let me just repeat myself for a couple million more times. So I will, with love, for all the artists out there. Like, I know email isn't perfect, but in terms of like taking control back for both readers and creators, I feel like it's a lot better than like moving to another social platform. By the way, did we talk about like the new Apple glass thing yet? The VR glasses? I've been thinking about them a lot, so I'm not sure if I actually brought them up or not. I didn't, right? Right? Not exactly. So, so my point was going to be, I was so skeptical at first of like, yeah, exactly. Maybe I did talk about them. Anyway, I was so skeptical at first, where I was like, why did Apple like decide to try to get with the freaking VR glasses? But then I saw this review by this guy. I forget his name, but anyway, and he showed like, or he told like people about like the functionality, and they have this thing in there where you can like look at a thing, and then it selects it for you, and you can like press your fingers together to like actually like select an app or whatever while you're looking at it. And I was like, holy crap, I would be so happy if that became like actual PC functionality, where you just have to look at something and then it gets like highlighted for you. It feels like telepathic. I am already on the Apple dark side, man. I'm like iPhones, iPads. I had a Mac, though I went back to PC. But I am never ever doing an Android phone. Well, I'll never say never, but No, but honestly, like I'm not even like banking for Apple to have like a total monopoly on this, but um, like, can you imagine what it would be like to have like a PC? Like, even if other manufacturers like start copying the functionality of like being able to track your eyes, and like I would just like have to look at like file up here, and then it would open, instead of like looking at it and then taking my hand over and like clicking the thing. It feels like that would be like a massive speed up for like workflow. So I thought that was like super duper duper interesting. Yeah, that's that's what people said about the iPad. Like, I have a laptop and I have a phone. Oh, why would I want a gigantic phone? And now everybody just wants an iPad. So, yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like it could speed up our workflow a lot if it became like available for like an actual working PC instead of like just a weird ass demo for some VR glasses. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, this is the be all end all, because there was some weird stuff in there as well where they were saying, oh, if you can like you know that thing in the 90s where there was like dad with the video camera and he was like recording everything, and everybody was like, can you just put the camera away for like 2 seconds and just be with us for a second? That's kind of like how it came across with like a dad recording his kids while they were playing with like a VR headset on. So I was like, nobody wants to be walking around with a freaking headset on a birthday party or whatever to record stuff. So I'm not saying like the glasses are like the be all end all, but I did, there was like some stuff in there, like for me, the eye tracking thing does not make it worth it to spend $3,500. Let me be clear. But I thought if other people or if other companies start copying this and start integrating this, I am very interested to see how that will improve workflow, because it's been like a frustration of mine for like a large part of like trying to navigate my computer. I'm like, I know which file I want. It's just taking me like 30 seconds to navigate there. And that's like, I don't know, and half an hour of my day gone just searching for files. So I would love for that to like be quicker and feel more telepathic. Because you can look at like the search box and start talking, and then it like finds stuff for you. Okay, we will come back to this in 5 years. And then we'll see what we think about it then. Because I think it's like super early, like early stages, but I do think it's really interesting. I mean, I've been like on your side so many times. I've been like, nah, that's not gonna do anything. But now I really feel differently. I don't know where this newfound confidence in new things is coming from. I'm hoping at some point it won't be glasses, it will be lenses or something. Like something less obtrusive than glasses. Because I have glasses now and I hate wearing them. Just because they are too heavy on my face. They get dirty, they smudge, they're in the way if you want to like press your face against the wall to hang a clock or something. That's so fun. I'm like way less skeptical of Apple just because of the way like they handle like privacy and stuff, and how they like actually just they aren't scared to like just ask a fee, instead of pretending that it's like free but then going for like the ads and stuff. Yeah, I know. No, I agree. I don't think. Well, that's why I'm saying. Like, I don't think like these glasses are the be all end all. I just thought like the development of where they're taking things is really interesting. I'm not saying I want those glasses because I don't think I do a lot with them. Because we have like an Oculus right now from before Meta like acquired Oculus. But we never really use it anymore. Like it was fun for a while. I tried like the VR drawing stuff, which was really cool. And sometimes I wish to like go get back into it, but like the your eyes start hurting after a while just because it's so low res. Yeah, well, I mean, I do expect Apple to have all my data, but I'm just happy that they're not selling it to other people. I'm just not really sure what the alternative would be, except for like going for like a Nokia phone and not having a smartphone, but I just value like participating in the world too much. So it's it continues to be a bit of a trade-off, like do you want to take a stand on like your principles, or do you want to like be inconvenienced by not having access to technology that everybody else has? Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not really sure what the alternative is. Is that more privacy friendly, like a Linux OS? Yeah, but open source like requires a lot of volunteer work, right? Because it's all like free. Geez, I've done like 3 panels today. Am I like being really slow, or are these just complicated panels? I guess it's a lot of characters, but. Okay, I'm not like super well versed in how open source works then. I can't claim to be an expert on all that stuff. But yeah, apart from like the whole OS discussion, I just thought like the technology development was really interesting. The fact, yeah, I'm really looking forward to like point and click with your eyes. I'm really curious to see if that will work well. I mean, with good reason, like, right? I mean, it's good to be skeptical. You should definitely, like, definitely don't, let me be clear, I definitely don't think Apple is the be-all, end-all. I do feel like they make very convenient products that work well for me right now. But I have had a Mac, and I have like switched back to PC just because I was like, I can get way more bang for my buck if I like go for a PC instead of a Mac, because that hardware is expensive. But for like tablets, I feel like there's no comparison. And for the phone, I really like being able to airdrop my stuff. To like, from my iPad to my phone. I do feel like I was at the airport a couple weeks ago, and I tried out. What was it? I think it was like the Surface Pro or something. Hold on, let me look it up. Pro. Because that one, I had like the first one, or the second one, but I sold it eventually because it was just pretty sucky. And I think I saw this one in the shop, and I thought, okay, that's pretty good, except for I think the pen was still like too light or something. There was something about the pen and like the whole drawing experience that kind of like didn't really sit well with me compared to like an iPad. Yeah, but how's the drawing experience? I think I feel like I did like the Surface Pro because I had one back in, I want to say 2013, 2014 maybe. So that's like almost 10 years ago. Oh yeah, I sold it in 2018. 2018? No way. No, 2016. So yeah, that's a couple years ago. So it was like an old Surface Pro. It was like 10-inch. Like the screen real estate was just too little. So were the iPads. Like I wasn't using the iPad for drawing back then. I only got an iPad. Oh man. For a birthday, one day, like an old one, like a really old model. And for a second, I remember thinking like, what am I gonna do with an iPad? And then it turned out to be really nice because I use it every day now. But I don't have a laptop anymore, so there you go. Just the desktop and the tablet. But yeah, that's the thing, right? Like because I can like sketch well on my iPad. Like on vacation, I didn't really want to draw that much, but the moments that I did draw, like I was able to like make a really nice color sketch in Procreate with the tools that I had. And on the Surface, yeah, I don't really feel like it would be like a nice drawing experience, even though you'd have access to like the full Photoshop program, because that's the issue for me on the iPad, where because I don't have like access to Photoshop or like Clip Studio or whatever. I like lose all my shortcuts. Plus, like not having reference, like a reference screen, that kind of sucks. I'd actually be curious to see how inking feels, though it's still, small screen compared to like what I use on a daily basis. So many options. Alright, I think I'm gonna like finish this panel and then quit it. What's Ahsoka? Ahsoka. It's like a series? Oh. Is it like coming out on a streaming service, or is it like a movie? I have not heard anything about it. Maybe I've just been out of the loop for a while. Or maybe it's just not coming out for us in August. That could also be very possible. That's the thing about the States, you always get everything first. Oh no, Indiana Jones I have seen commercials for. We actually still have like a we still need to watch the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Still. What else? There were a couple things. Yeah, Jones obviously. Well, I already forgot half of them. Go me. Oh, good. So it's worth it. I've been catching up on a lot of movies. Like the good part about like taking a long plane ride is that you can like catch up on a lot of movies that you missed in the cinemas. So I finally watched The Woman King, and we came across this movie which is really fun with Tom Hanks called A Man Called Otto. Or fun. It was a drama, but it was like a good movie. Heavy-handed and too still pitchy to D&D crowd. But I mean, like, if it's gonna be if it's going to be like for the general public, then it needs to, then you know, every D&D player probably is going to think it's heavy-handed, just because you don't have like time for a lot of nuance in a movie like that, right? I feel like the same, like a lot of people feel the same actually about like every book that's been turned into, or like story thing that's been turned into a movie. The original, you mean like the book? I feel like, I mean, it's probably different than the book in the sense that it's like, because A Man Called, like the book was set in Norway. I don't know, some Scandinavian country, I think. And this is set in the States, so it will be a bit different. But it was really good, in my opinion. The Woman King too, by the way. Like, I really thought it was a really good movie. Fun story. Not stereotypical and stuff. Yeah, I was saying the same to my husband. Like, I really feel like Tom Hanks is such a, he feels like such a wholesome person just because like he does such wholesome movies. There's like hardly any scandals about him, or never any scandals that I've seen anyway. He just seems like a good person that makes like good movies. Which seems pretty rare. Finch. What's it about? That sounds like a cross between Waterworld and Castaway or something. Oh, good. Well, good description. I enjoyed both movies, so good suggestion. I will put that on my list. Oh, yep, I have to watch it. It has a dog. Definitely. Alright, I keep being surprised. I guess next time should go a bit faster with the simpler panels. Alright, I'm going to, I have an errand to run, so I have to go. Thank you for keeping me company And I will be back next week to like finish off inking this page and then moving on to flatting. Or maybe I'll have, no, probably not. I was gonna say like maybe have the next scene penciled, but I'm still like storyboarding the next scene, and then I still have to pencil everything. So anyway, so thanks for watching. I will see you next week, and goodbye.